We got an announcement recently that not only is Deadpool 3 definitely on the way, but that Hugh Jackman is returning to play Wolverine in said Deadpool movie.
Tiffany, did you bring your conductor hat?
What?
For this hype train. Chugga 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 chugga.
All aboard!
So here's what we do know about the Deadpool 3 movie. We know that it is the third movie in the Deadpool trilogy.
Yes.
That's a distinction because it could be like a reboot,
okay,
it could be like
fair.
a relaunch.
Yeah.
You think I'm crazy, but no. We need to say these things out loud because the comment section will keep us honest. But we got the third installment
What if they call it Deadpool 900?
Yes.
And then it could be the 900th movie, so that it actually reached 900 films, the franchise.
That would be such a shrewd business move.
That's not how that works.
What a deep cut.
Deadpool 900. It says it right there on the
right
film.
there, so that means that there were 899 other Deadpool movies.
Show me them.
No.
We do know that the director is neither director of the previous two Deadpool movies. Instead, it's going to be Sean Levy, who came from Stranger Things and directed The Adam Project and some other Ryan Reynolds movie. So, yeah, indeed. But Sean Levy directed some really dope-ass episodes of Stranger Things.
Yeah, and like,
so,
and he won't be on as much of a shoestring budget.
No, it'll actually probably be a ballooned budget.
I was thinking in terms of like The Adam Project, because we did see The Adam Project.
We did, and it was fine.
I mean, as far as a Netflix movie goes.
Yeah, it was thoroughly fine.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to follow in tradition of Deadpool 2.
He's in it.
He's in it.
He may not star in it.
No, he's going to star. He
can't help himself. Wherever he goes, he's starring in it.
Exactly.
Hugh
He's
Jackman.
Starring in Breakfast.
Yeah, he's the greatest showman in life. We did the same thing with Deadpool 2, though. I remember at the end of Deadpool 1, at the post-credits scene, Deadpool comes out and he's like, we're getting Cable. They had no script, they had no plan, they just knew they were going to get Cable and they needed to come up with an actor. Came up with Josh Brolin, and so Cable was the other lead of Deadpool 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Or at least that's what some people might say. But I think that's the similar thing where they're like, no, we're going to team up Deadpool with another beloved Marvel, but X-Men related character. Those are the things that are happening. We also know that Kevin Feige has gone on record in saying that the movie will be R-rated. So we know that'll be the first MCU, or at the very least Marvel Studios produced, that's not true, R-rated movie, because Marvel Studios also produced Punisher Warzone, which was a failure. But
it was R-rated.
Yeah, it was R-rated, and it technically was going to be in the MCU, and then they just went, no. September 6th, 2024 is the release date for Deadpool 3. So we know it's 2 years away.
Well, that's the anticipated release.
Right, who knows?
Yeah.
We also know, if we look at our timelines, that is around, if not supplanting, the original release date of Fantastic Four and the beginning of the next phase of Marvel. So
2 years in the future is the next release date?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So that means there's no script. That means there's no story. That means that they don't have any pre-production ready. All we know is the things I just said. Although they did get the graphics department to at least make that cool image of the Deadpool logo with the 3 slashes in it, which I think should be the poster and not anything else. Just don't mess around.
They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that. They're going to overdo it.
But it's so good!
I know, it's perfect. It's exactly what superhero movies need to do. It's just like trust the logo and the iconography and go for it. It worked for Superman and Batman, and they always use those. In fact, Feige has said on record, like, he used to make everyone in production for every movie they made watch the Superman movie as like a kind of like get ready to do this kind of experience, as a way of like building camaraderie but also setting the tone.
So now we go into speculation.
Let's go into speculation. Here we are. You made an interesting point, which is like not setting it in the MCU, and I think that part of that, it may have been the draw for Hugh Jackman to come back in the first place, is I want to be in the MCU. Like, I want to muck around with these characters.
Hey, maybe he's thinking like, you know, the guy that did Age of Apocalypse, who was Apocalypse, is now Moon Knight.
Yes, Oscar
And
Isaac.
he got to change.
Right?
Maybe I can get in the MCU too.
Yeah, I'll play,
Me.
He could play Sabretooth.
He could play Sabretooth. That would be fucking weird.
He could play the MCU Sabretooth.
I think that's a horrible idea, because that would break my heart.
And Deadpool would be like,
What?
this is weird.
I think that they're going to screw around in the Fox universe and the MCU.
Do you have a pitch?
Oh, yeah.
So what's your assumption on how it's going to break, like, barriers?
Right. I think that since Deadpool has like a thing, he'll just be fucking around with it, or he'll have settled in, you know, into his life with Vanessa. Which, by the way, if you're going to bring people over into the MCU, including Deadpool, bring Marina Baccarin in and make her copycat and do the whole thing. But I think he'll be settled in, and then like we'll get kind of like a Spider-Man No Way Home thing where like the sky will rip open and he'll be like, oh, was that me? You know, killing baby Hitler and saving you and screwing around with Cable's time machine? and then getting caught up in some kind of shenanigans, maybe to save the world or maybe to save time or something like that, only to realize that it was Doctor Strange the whole time and oops, I didn't have to do anything. I mean, the fact is the Fox universe is dead and buried. So Ryan Reynolds can dig up its corpse and do anything he wants with it. You know, like they could bring Kelsey Grammer back as Beast just to kill him, skin him, and wear him as a coat, like he does in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. My pitch coincides with the theory that the Hulk will be in it, based on nothing.
Based on it just being cool.
Yeah, based on the fact that like Wolverine first appeared in a Hulk comic book, and it would be cool to see Hulk fight Wolverine on the screen outside of that really fun animated movie, you know, Hulk versus Wolverine. In the noble tradition of like adapting beloved Hulk movies and then forcing them into someone else's movie, you know, like Planet Hulk being Thor Ragnarok, I think we're going to see something like Future Imperfect, where it's Maestro Hulk and he's in the future and he's got the throne room and it's like this accoutrements of all of the Marvel references, Fox and MCU.
Are you think we're gonna get more of an Old Man Logan then?
Yes. Well, I think it'll be like a pastiche of Old Man Logan, Future Imperfect.
But how would that work?
In one of the Old Man Logans, I don't remember if it's like the Bendis one or the Miller one, but Deadpool is like in a box somewhere. Someone like opens it up and it's like, oh, Deadpool's been in this box the whole time that Old Man Logan has taken place.
Okay.
And so we could establish that Deadpool is now free and confused, a fish out of water, and then he goes to hunt down Wolverine. Wolverine is Old Man Logan. Not Logan from the movie Logan, which is preserved and in a different timeline. There's Old Man Logan,
who
Duster, Clint Eastwood.
Real bad.
Really bad and dope. And the two of them team up, but instead of them fighting like inbred, creepy sex Hulk from the original comic book, it's fun, everybody loves him, Maestro Hulk.
Right.
Then, because you can't have Hugh Jackman Wolverine stay, you just send him off. He's like, I'll stay here. I'll keep the Hulk baby.
What's he going to do with it?
I don't know.
Right off into the sunset.
Right up to the sunset. That's right. Raise it. But you set that up. You know, where like you leave Old Man Logan in the Future Imperfect, and then Deadpool like uses the wrist rocket thing and goes back in the past. And when he goes back, he ends up in the MCU.
I thought they would do a really like weird multiversal version of like Contest of Champions.
Oh.
Since we saw Hulk in space
last
in the She-Hulk show, that like it would somehow be like a interstellar like multiversal fight, and so like Deadpool and Wolverine end up having to team up.
Oh my god!
But you could have like anyone from anywhere then.
That's true.
Pop in, and then like Wolverine gets sent back, but like Deadpool figures out a way to like go back with someone else.
Yeah, like he piggybacks with a character, maybe a character from a future property that the MCU is planning on pitching, like a Star Fox or something like that.
Isn't everything changing after 2025?
The 2025 rumor is such that the Fox contract was still in place after the acquisition, in that you can't recast any X-Men related characters until after 2025. Which explains why Professor X was Patrick Stewart, why Evan Peters was Quicksilver in the WandaVision show, why Wolverine can come back in the Deadpool 3 movie, because that movie comes out 1 year before the contract supposedly expires.
Right.
Because it comes out 3 months before.
Yes.
But here's the thing. That leads into what I think they're going to do. Deadpool kills the universe.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can recast everyone because the old universe is dead.
Right, Deadpool just murdered everybody.
But then, like, he needs the hardiest people in order to be on his team to kill everyone. So he gets the unkillable, which is Wolverine and Hulk.
Okay. But would it be a Fox Hulk?
Yeah, because it can't be Mark Ruffalo Hulk. He's not friendly.
It could be Eric Bana.
Oh my god. What about the Krasinski thing?
Oh, Krasinski retweeted it and was like, is this the movie we're talking about?
Is this our movie?
Right.
But I heard he might be involved with like co-directing. I heard a rumor about that.
That'd be fine. He's not bad. A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place 2 are both well-made movies. I think that'd be fine. You could also introduce or reintroduce the Fantastic Four again in the Contest of Champions or the future.
Yeah, Mojo World / Contest of Champions. They could show up.
Yeah, any version, all versions.
Oh my god! If all Reeds showed up.
Oh, the Council of Reeds. You can introduce that.
Well, he's meant like all three of them. Like.
Oh yeah, all Reeds.
Especially if it was Mojo. He's like.
I don't like that one and that one. I mean, you could.
You know what? Yeah, I have to keep one.
I mean, you could do that with any of them. Like, you could have 3 Reeds. You could have, what, 3 Hulks? Edward Norton, Eric Bana, and Mark Ruffalo.
Norton to come back.
He would shoot. All he has to do is stand against a green screen for 1 second.
Yeah, it's true.
Before, like, Deadpool shoots him between the eyes or something like that. I mean, like, be weird, but.
Just use one Hulk to kill another Hulk.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Like maybe Mojo's annoyed that like they had a multiversal event.
Yes.
He's like, what?
They're big bucks.
That's what I do.
Right, exactly.
Like, I create this.
Yeah, and you did it with Spider-Man, the most marketable character.
I can't do that.
Part of the reason why Ben Affleck was Batman was so that he would direct the Batman movie.
Right.
And part of the reason why that whole thing fell apart was because he wasn't going to direct the Batman movie anymore.
Right.
Part of the get of getting John Krasinski is like, he'll direct a Marvel movie. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be the one he's in.
People like lost their minds.
Oh yeah, well, there was a lot of mind losing in that moment, and that's kind of the nice thing about it was that it kind of lit a fire
on top.
Well, and it got people really excited again. Like,
yeah.
I was literally in the middle of recording a podcast about how the MCU has kind of like lost its luster, or at the very least, people are less excited about every announcement that comes out. And then Ryan Reynolds dropped an announcement. Deadpool 3 is definitely still happening, and Hugh Jackman's coming back as Wolverine, and everyone lost their collective minds.
Yes.
Similarly to when people were not sure if Tobey Maguire was going to come back as Spider-Man. Like, it's that kind of excitement. And it's like, I would hope that people's excitement was original and raw, derived from like maybe just excitement about a character coming back. Like, I don't necessarily want to be excited about like them blowing the dust off of an old actor or character and then bringing them back into this new thing.
But it's still worthwhile.
It worked. It got people excited, and if that's all it takes.
I like to think too that like people know that Ryan Reynolds has a passion for this franchise. And so, like, even if, like, people weren't necessarily thrilled with 2, like, it's a little more forgivable. Like, I never think about it negatively.
No, I just remember it, like less fondly than 1.
Wasn't as good as 1. Like, I don't, like, think about it like, oh, man, that really killed the whole thing. Like, no, it's just like,
true.
Okay, it just wasn't, like, there's still things from it I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because his enjoyment and his passion comes through.
It's true.
In the making of it. And so when you see someone come, like, out and go like, hey, we're still doing this, and I'm still involved, and I'm very excited.
Right, that kind of gets people...
Like, that was exciting enough for me, and then the other shoe dropped.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I like to think it partially is that.
I think you're right.
I think a lot of people are like, is Wolverine going to put the suit on?
And I think, yes.
I think, which one?
The yellow one.
The yellow and what?
Blue. Yellow and blue or yellow and brown?
Now, see, I think...
Yellow and brown. Or yellow and blue.
I think Marvel would be like, you can't put him in the yellow and blue because we wanted to debut the yellow and blue.
I could see that being a conversation.
Like, I think that they might...
They put Professor X in the yellow hover chair.
Well, I would also like to think that, like, that particular Wolverine would be like, no.
Well, he's always been like, no.
Yeah, so, like, maybe we'll see the suit. Like,
I mean, we saw the suit in a deleted scene for the Wolverine where he gets a box of it.
Right, but I'm wondering if, like, Deadpool will be like...
Put it on.
Come on.
I think Hugh Jackman wants to put it on.
You think?
I do.
Oh, well, he might, but his character doesn't. So
no.
You're going to have to come up with a really good reason. But I do wonder...
I think it's that he's going to be naked otherwise. It's like, well, you got to get into your chamber to fight, you know, Hulk or whoever, Wendigo, and, you know.
Oh, is it like the bat pole where you slide down, your suit comes on?
Right, he's like, oh,
and he has no choice. Like,
there we go.
He's like, what the hell? I told you not to put this in there.
Yeah.
Or Deadpool, like, take it, like, you know, he's like, I don't know what happened to your clothes.
Yeah.
I do wonder, though, if Marvel isn't going to be like,
I could see them wanting...
We need something to follow. If we're gonna bring Hugh Jackman back, and then like potentially they're going to recast, if they do end up recasting Wolverine, you're gonna want something that gets people excited because they're gonna have the memory of Hugh Jackman.
The excitement will be that, you know, Wolverine...
That Daniel Radcliffe will play...
that Daniel Radcliffe's Wolverine.
Oh my God.
Which I think would be great.
Yeah.
He's little and he's great. Yeah.
He can get jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And the speculation now is through the roof. I hope it doesn't get away from them. And I think that thanks to the fact that like Reynolds and Levy are friends, and they're friends with Jackman, that like that grouping will keep it from like spinning out of control and becoming something they don't want. We just heard, what was it, the director and like the script for the upcoming Blade movie with Mahershala Ali, thrown out because it was apparently not very good, and Mahershala Ali was like really disappointed by how bad it was.
That's great.
And I'm like, number one, good that happened, but like number two, how did you let that happen? And like, if you're still targeting a release date for that movie, you know, you're gonna have to hurry up, and you're gonna have to like cut corners,
or you're gonna have to pay out the ass.
Yeah, yeah. It's
which
always
I don't want to do.
Yeah, if you want to do it good and fast, it's gonna be expensive.
Well, it could also. Well, yeah,
there's only one. There's only 2 out of 3.
Yeah, that's all you can have. I was gonna say it could also be maybe they have another version of the script, and he's like, I thought we were going with that. And so they're gonna revert back a few versions and then work it off.
I don't know. Some of these people just are like, you're gonna be this character. Okay, I'm in. And then it's like, guess what? The script sucks. But I think with Deadpool 3, there are enough personalities and enough clout that like will get the movie they wanted to make, and not the movie that like Marvel thinks will be the most profitable.
Well, yeah, and I do wonder if this won't be the last time that might happen.
Yeah.
Because like
unless it works, if it works, then it's like that's a good lesson
like,
to learn.
If he truly becomes part of, if at the end of this movie Deadpool walks into the MCU, that's a different situation.
I think so too.
Now, how long could Ryan Reynolds really be Deadpool for in our eyes?
10 years. Scott Lang is 50.
He most of the time he's wearing the mask.
Right, and when he's not wearing the mask, he's got the makeup. So yeah, and he doesn't need to do any stunts.
Yeah.
So yeah, he could be Deadpool for
as long as he'd like to be.
Yeah, as long as he wants.
Okay.
My question is...
And then he could be Old Man Deadpool.
Yeah. My question is, do you think there will be more Deadpool movies, or do you think they'll err on the side of like, we're just going to put Deadpool in other things?
I mean, I kind of would like that. I would love to have him interact with people. In particular, like fourth wall breaking characters. Like I know people are on the fence about She-Hulk right now, just in general, but she's a fourth wall breaking character, and I like when Deadpool's challenged in that way.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I'd like to see
that. What are you doing?
I'm talking to them. I talk to them.
Talk to them. Who said you could talk to them? Show me that script. He grabs the script off.
Right, just pulls it off.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we both talked to them. You want to go make out? No!
Ew.
All right.
I kind of just want to see Deadpool 3 for the outtakes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds outtakes?
Yeah.
Although in the first video, we do see that he's like wearing like a black version of the Deadpool suit, which suggests X-Force, or at the very least like Uncanny X-Force.
Or it's just dirty.
Yeah. He's also reading a comic book, and it's a Wolverine Deadpool crossover comic book written by Ben Percy. So, is that an adaptation? Is that a clue? I doubt it. 2 years out? No fucking way it looks exactly like that comic book in any way. Who do you want to see make a triumphant return from a long-dead franchise into the MCU? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time here on ComicPop Returns. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Cheers.
A long Deadpool franchise?
Oh.
That's not really anything. Oh, yeah. All right, good.